first up, we have our keynote speaker, our very own Swapnil Acharya, the creative mind behind Design Disco, our mastermind and inceptionist. Let's welcome him with the clap from the feature. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Thank you so much, Pramin.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Swapnil Acharya. I'm the creative director at Leapfrog Technology, and I welcome you all to Design Disco Volume 3. So, as you know, I was very busy this week. There were a lot of things going on around with my work, my personal life. I had my daughter's birthday. I had to celebrate 3 times this week because, Tithi birthday and Mithi birthday, all that stuff. So I didn't have much time to prepare for this presentation. So I decided that I use ChatGPT instead, and I asked it to help me create this slide for me, which you'll see. But then I got this very humble response from ChatGPT saying that it's not going to help me. All right. Technology and the artificial intelligence is getting very, very intelligent these days. And it's probably the most intelligent it's ever been in the last several years or decades. And then we can say that because of this growing technology, this growing tools and everything is shifting towards AI, and everything is AI this, AI that right now. Okay, so it is estimated by 2025 that 300 million jobs worldwide could be either replaced or displaced because of AI. I didn't see this. Goldman Sachs said that via BBC, so it's been quite a travel for that information to reach you. So people are actually wary about what AI is going to go do to their careers. And as you know, creative people have always had this concern and curiosity that what AI is going to do them. So much so that the SAG-AFTRA, the Union of Creative People in Hollywood, even went on a strike to make sure that they are not replaced by AI. And then the government was kind enough to support them. But at the Leapfrog as well, we've always made sure that the hiring is going on. And we at Leapfrog can at least assure that AI is not going to replace anyone anytime soon. In fact, so much so that we're actually hiring more people who actually work on AI more than ever. These are engineers, and these are data people, and also designers. And if you want to scan that QR code, this is an opening for senior product designer that we have at Leapfrog right now. You also get to work with cool AI technologies. So please do that. And we can assure you that Leapfrog is also embarking on a very, very interesting journey to AI. So much so that we updated our website to reflect our new line of services around generative AI just a couple of weeks ago. And in this initiative that we've taken, we're going to make sure that we make our team successful, and we make our customers successful and our partners successful by using Gen AI technologies. So there are different types of projects that are going on at Leapfrog, which are based on AI, out of which this little engine that we created that can actually read documents and kind of highlight things that we need to know, so that people don't need to spend hours and hours reading very, very long documents. Like, for example, if you feed in a contract, it'll tell you all the important numbers and show it with accuracy. And then there's also this other tool that we are working on. It's called OptiDoc, which actually takes all your health documents and kind of summarizes it. And it gives you a chat interface so that it's easier for health people to go out there and start kind of looking up data without spending too much time. So mostly there are 4 major things that we're doing at Leapfrog with AI right now, which is, of course, generating content for graphics and marketing, the things that we use for graphic design and stuff. And then we're generating new content for prototyping, automating our workflows, and also we're trying to see how we can use it for decision-making in the product development cycle. Of course, this is WIP, we're still kind of making sure that it actually works in the way that we want to, so that's a WIP. And so this is something that we already do at Leapfrog. Like, for example, lorem ipsum is banned, so no designer at Leapfrog ever gets to use lorem ipsum on the designs. So Gen AI actually helps them to create realistic data to show to their stakeholders. Because, like, for example, there could be some really complex information that needs to be shown in our prototype, like you see here, which actually has been used. We've used Copilot to make sure that the information, what shows up on the screen is realistic. And when maybe a person who's been working for Medicare, immediately when they see that, they're aware that, okay, this information makes sense. And also we've been using this in our internal day-to-day activities, like creating internal reading materials, helping new people onboard to teams, creating guidelines and other things which is already there. And interestingly, we've also worked on some other cool actual proof of concepts. Like for example, this application that we are currently testing internally that can take your scribbles of jewelry and turn it into something that you can look at and you can decide whether you want to go with that necklace for your wife or not. If you don't have a wife, you can do it for a girlfriend as well. And then this is already a technology that's already out there that kind of monitors the cyclist's behavior in San Francisco Bay Area. It basically is taking information from those cameras up there that will predict and analyze all the cyclists' behavior. And that's actually helped us build more dashboards with our partners. And we've done some sound work, which we have a presentation today by Sunny, who's going to will be talking more about it. So I'm just going to skip and we will make sure that you wait until the end of this video to watch that. And then, of course, using generative AI content for our product prototypes. Like, for example, this is Yachu, a very nice, very humble guy. And then what we had to do is we were working for an app where we needed like graphics for that particular app. So we sent it to Vegas. So this uses the Juggernaut Excel V9 model, which allows us to use a person's face and then put them in different contexts. And what did we do with all this data? Is we put this in one of the prototypes that we're building. So of course, we have all these photos. So if he does not pick up his girlfriend's phone, we will send her his phones. So that's one of the examples that we're working on. And then also the other is, of course, the object detection, which you might have seen. And here's one of our engineers pretending to be a cute teddy bear, but our system knows by 96% accuracy that this is not a cute teddy bear. It's one of the software engineers at Leapfrog. And then we have Abbas, who does all these very, very interesting, very, very cool experiments with AI. And he used a stable diffusion Excel model to create the story of his life, let's call it. So what he did was he took his system, took a reference image, and then created a child Abbas, a teenage Abbas, a middle-aged Abbas, and an elderly Abbas. So this is all done using the personal picture data set and each slider LoRa engine, which is awesomely cool, which we do like this. And also, we're already using these things in our daily marketing and communication materials. Like, for example, this takes your image-to-image converter using the control at Scribble and Pose in control that can take, like this is very similar to the jewelry that I showed you earlier. And this actually is already being used in our internal tools and internal communications that is being done by our people management HR teams. So these actually just go out as company bulletins or internal like communication materials, which we have extensively used this in the past. And also we did a bit of our branding thing, trying to see what we can do with our new logo that we created last October, kind of different ways how we can like that little swoosh in different contexts. And also we use it for like minor cleanups and touch-ups, of course, making our graphics team redundant here at Leapfrog. So kind of, making up the company office to look a bit more green using some extra plants or removing trash bins or other things that these are actually images that we've used in our website, which used the Adobe Gen AI. So that's there. So of course we've come here as a long way because today standing here talking to you about all the things that we're already doing at Leapfrog comes from our years of kind of trying and hit and try and kind of learning new things and always perfecting our process. But of course this has not been like kind of something that we just transformed right away. I mean, bringing all these things into the company has also taken time, and also it's taken a lot of time for us to personally learn these things as well. So this is one of the, I don't know how many of you were present last year, but I showed you some of the work that I was doing with DALL-E. So this was something I showed last year, and it has evolved in a way, and it's become so better that actually the fidelity using the same prompt is actually exponentially better compared to what it was last year, which I showed right here in this stage. And then of course, it's already out there, and there are different ways, even in Nepal, that we're using AI in our mainstream media. Like for example, Nepali Times, which uses editorial graphics, which is created in Gen AI, or also even advertisements these days, which use Gen AI. Like of course, the pagodas in the background of this Tata ad, which is definitely AI. And also online cover, which kind of started using these generated images, and also this little event called Design Disco that uses all these images that were generated. Apart from that, Also, if you look at the grassroots levels, you actually have small businesses like Shandar Special. What's that? That's Shandar Everest Momo in Arcotini that uses Gen AI to kind of make these cute little doodles for their storefront. So we can see that it's actually penetrated into the grassroots levels, and you could see more awesome things being done with AI. Of course, and then there are different ways of this. People have used AI in so many different ways, but that begs the question. What is it? Is it always fun and games? Is it always like dancing videos of Prachanda? Well, unfortunately, no. And that's where the tone of my presentation changes, because this is one of the ongoing scandals, which is this is a Ukrainian model, name is Olga Layev, and what the Chinese media has done is that they're actually using the light of her and creating deepfakes to create videos for her in Russia created her in China, and of course she's been aware of it, and then she has some very strong-worded legal action that she probably wants to take. So this actually is an abuse or the wrong use of AI, which is it could happen, and even as soon as you cross the line of ethics and boundary and everything, AI becomes a very it becomes a slippery slope. And also, of course, this is also very true. It's been in Nepal. Like, for example, if you see this news piece from Kathmandu Post, basically somebody wanted to rent a house, and then the cost was like 8,000 rupees a month, and this person paid 24,000 to come to Kathmandu and find out that the house that he was going to rent was generated using AI, and there was no furniture, and that was he was scammed. So it sounds funny, but of course it's a very serious problem of how people could actually abuse AI. And also the fake images that's being used in politics all over the world, like the Venezuelan government or the Pakistani government, and also the explosion in Pentagon, which were all Gen AI to create misinformation and disinformation in the public. And so what is really important is making sure that the AI abides by these three principles: maturity, reliability, and transparency. AI needs to be mature to make mature decisions. It needs to be reliable so that the information presented by AI is accurate and authentic and also transparent, because it tells us the source of information, so that it's not something that we kind of go into other unethical boundaries. So, of course, this famous quote, you can read out to me: with great powers comes great responsibilities, of course. So who are these people who's going to create that check and balance? The designers. The designers could be the frontline warriors who can make sure that the AI that's being used in products are actually checked and balanced. And I've emphasized this last year as well, and I want to re-emphasize the fact that designers could be a very, very valuable role to make sure that if the check and balance, the ethical compliance, and everything else is handled by this forefront-facing designer, of course. And also, this is one of the concept papers by Nepal government's Sansar Suchana Mantralaya, which basically keeps repeating these 3 points: Gopaniyata Sanrakshan, protection of your privacy; data selection, protecting your data; and transparency and accountability. And who do you think can do all these things? The designers can do these things, because हाम्रो प्रोडक्टमा एथिकल यो चीजहरुलाई चाहिँ चेक एन्ड ब्यालेन्समा राख्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ I think that's how you make sustainable AI products. Okay, so of course I had to generate this. So I kind of fed this little prompt into my DALL-E again. Designer wearing armor and holding computer, mouse, and keyboard, ready to go into a fight against the misinformation. I wanted to put this on the slide, and then of course my model took these 3 words: armor, mouse, and keyboard, and gave me this. I meant like a computer mouse, but we decided to put a real mouse there. So yeah, so that's what I want to re-emphasize again, that designers need to be in the forefront of this, and that's why I came up with a new word: no more AI. We're doing DI now. So DI basically means designers' intelligence. Designers need to be intelligent enough to make sure that those ethics and compliance and everything else that I mentioned earlier are kept in balance. And you can do that by advocating for it, making sure that your designs use this ethically sourced data and everything else to make sure that the products that AI products we make are also DI products. So that's how we can actually make systems that are intelligent by design. Thank you so much.